Hello, tone setters and test subjects. My name is TV Sky, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Remake Intermission, Inter DLC, Yuffie episode, whatever. Where we've sort of made our way through a bit of a combat gauntlet, and now Scarlet is about to give us a present. A lovely present, which presumably involves a lot of bullets and missiles. So we're probably about to have a boss fight, which is going to be lovely.
Where are we? That thing can't be operational, can it?
That's not...
We better hope not, boss.
Is that the Proud Claude?
At last, Wu Tai's finest deigned to join us. You've performed admirably.
Quit acting all superior. We both know you're...
Throw your shuriken at her, Yuffie.
Is that so? Well, maybe I am.
You should know there's more where we came from. Lots more. And you'll never see them coming. Just imagine a whole clan of ninjas landing on your doorstep.
Oh my! We must do something right away.
Well, you can't.
Don't say that. Won't you at least give us a chance?
What the?
Allow me to present the latest innovation in Shinra metal armor. Designed by yours truly. This will be a memory to cherish for the rest of your lives. All 30 seconds of them.
Not for much longer,
Okay, what the hell?
Oh, it's over. You're going down.
Okay, you guys...
You're going down. You're going down.
Oh, the Crimson Mare. Okay, no. So it's not the Proud Claude. So it uses fire, which makes me think maybe ice. Damn it, couldn't block in time. Oh good, more of that. Ow. Okay, Sonon, could you just cast Regen on both of us? Okay. Ice doesn't do it. How about lightning? Lightning works. Okay. We'll do that then. Haste on yourself, Yuffie. And haste on Sonon. Modular! Ah, oh, we lost all of our goddamn... We lost all the stagger gauge. Ooh. Okay. Come on, stagger! Okay, is she gonna come back with more health, or can I just summon Ramu and just shit her completely to pieces? Okay. Ramu, little help here.
Oh, this'll be fun. Try and keep up.
Yeah, suck it.
Not nearly mobile enough. Should have known those actuators weren't up to the task. Time for an overhaul.
Hello. My.
Just kill her. Just like, dude, now. Just, you have the sharp thing? Throw it at her.
Proud of yourself, little savage.
What are you doing?
Vincent?
Sleep well.
No.
This
Oh.
is a surprise.
Oh, Jesus, right.
To what do I owe the pleasure? These idiots want to digitally replicate me, so I'm indulging them.
All set.
Transporting.
They're from Dirge of Cerberus, if I remember correctly.
When will Shinra learn? There is no replicating you. They ought to know better.
Looking forward to this.
I am. It has been too long since my last hunt.
Oh my god, these two 90s dick shit edgelords. Well, not 90s, technically.
What you do?
Just kill her! Just, you have her! Kill her! Just...
Is this how it's done in Wutai? You just howl until you get what you want.
That's enough, Sonon. I got this. All right, lady, out with it. Tell us where you're hiding the new materia. Don't play dumb now. We know you've been cooking up something super powerful.
Well, well. Wutai must have some highly skilled intelligence operatives. That, or we have a mole in our midst.
What was...
I'll check on it.
All right, but make it quick.
You are correct that we're in the process of creating an exquisite new materia. However, it is far from complete.
Yeah, right. You must think I'm stupid.
Would I lie to you? Regrettable though it is, other plans have been deemed a higher priority.
What other plans?
Well, just between you and me, my colleagues and I are going to drop plate number 7 on the slums. And then we're going to blame it on Avalanche and Wutai.
I don't get it. You're gonna drop a plate? And?
Oh dear. I think your friend might have run into trouble. Aren't you going to save him?
Yeah, just like slash her throat and run. Yuffie, for God's sake! At least bind her legs! Hi. No?
What are you waiting for?
Like, I know it's like, oh, we're the heroes. But, like, come on! You have Lady War Crimes right there! It's like, it's an easy problem to solve.
There you are.
Who are these assholes?
No clue. You just appeared.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
Just hit me with it.
there is no ultimate materia. Not yet. She said it's still in the works. And she mentioned something else. They're gonna drop plate number 7.
They're gonna do what?
They're gonna drop plate number 7 on the slums. Apparently.
Part of the sector.
Wait. So G2 was being serious?
This is bad.
Oh yeah, the grunts. Those guys we can just kill. Those guys we just fucking... Those guys we just fucking stab murder on sight. But no, like the boss lady of war crimes? Oh, can't hurt her. She's a prisoner. To be clear, you should not execute prisoners. That's like prisoners of war, whatever. It is bad, but this is a fantasy video game. We can be a little lax with the ethics of war. Ow.
Okay. You're going down.
Okay, you guys are annoying.
Stop now.
Let's just get one of them out of the way.
Do your worst.
What the hell?
Frickin' way.
What was that and why did that happen?
I'm just getting started. Oh, easy on me, okay?
Like, was that an attack you could do, or is it just like a random counter? Or did he like put a counter ability up just as I hit him and then I fell foul of it?
Run like a chocobo. You're going down.
These guys suck at shooting. Go for the legs, you dumbasses.
Going down till I crash the happy turtle.
Somehow, I seriously doubt it.
Oh, man, I so don't want to go back out there. I don't think we've got a choice.
Oh, bench. Thank you. Cheap mega potions? I'll take them. Ah, in case you missed some of the weapons. Ah, cool. And still nothing useful in terms of armor. I should have tried to steal from those guys. I completely forgot. Okay, then.
Work, you stupid. No good. Door won't budge.
Meaning we're trapped.
God, am I gonna have to deal with the fucking
them to suffer.
Dirge of Cerberus edgelords? Oh no.
The rest, I leave to you.
Oh boy.
Pain sensation level set to maximum.
What was that?
They figure we need a challenge. Meaning we're in for a world of hurt.
No fair. Get lost! I want this! You're gonna get what's coming to you.
Okay.
Where are these freaks even coming from? I'd really like them to stop. How you like this?
What?
What are you waiting for? You're going down.
I think these guys are weak to fire. Nope, they're resistant to it. Well, that's inconvenient. Ice it is. Not ice either. Okay. Wind, somehow? Nope. There's only really lightning left. No elemental weaknesses then. How annoying. All right, then.
Joke's on you, Shinra, if you think we're dying in this ugly box. Get lost!
Okay. That wasn't much. Is there something I'm supposed to do to get out of here?
Getting old.
There's gotta be a projection mechanism around here somewhere. Just find it. Boss! There's that tentacle free momentum. Tough this one out.
Ow. Okay. Let's try fire. Immune. Fire does not work. Ice. Whoa! That's a little much. Ice is the weakness. Good. Good to know. Okay, can't really dodge that apparently. Now it's immune to ice. What the hell? Now it's immune to lightning. Okay. Oh my god, does it have like a weakness swapping thing? Now it's immune to fire. Is it just immune to magic entirely? Is that what's going on? Kind of seems like it is. Pretty much. Because then Icy Banishment is not going to do jack shit. Let's get Ramu out here. No reason not to take the extra help. Ah, the shield is back. Oh my god, am I gonna have to do this again? This is turbo annoying, and I guess his spell got interrupted. Okay. Oh, did he just fade out and go away? right as Judgment Bolt got triggered. Oh, that would annoy me so much. Oh, no, we got it. We got the damage. Okay.
Let's hustle. How do you like this? Like a chocobo?
And he dodged out of the limit break like an asshole. Okay. Jesus! What an annoying boss fight. Holy fuck. Oh, yeah, that was annoying.
Now, can we please get out of here already?
Boy, that was just... That was no fun. Well, it was fun. Like, the combat mechanics of the game are fun. That's why I'm quiet while I fight. It is fun to engage mechanically with this game. It's just the mechanics of that particular boss. Oh, right, there's a bench right there. Didn't you need to use those items? Yeah, fuck it. But the mechanics of using, like, the mechanics of him just being able to disappear like that. Just way too much. Now, am I gonna have to fight Nero then?
Who could have done this?
Oh god, am I gonna have to fight Vice? Oh no. So the extended Final Fantasy VII universe. Right,
I don't like the looks of this. I doubt they're here to help.
like Dirge of Cerberus, Advent Children, a lot of that stuff. I'm not the world's biggest fan of the places that it took the story, because, again, this is something we talked about, because it took the story in very much the what if Final Fantasy was a seasonal anime direction, right? Where it just started introducing new villains and like, oh, there was this secret organization that was there the whole time, except they had no influence on the original story of Final Fantasy VII because of reasons. Don't worry about it. But these super powerful enemies that have like, oh my god, crazy abilities and wild character designs. They were there the whole time, in just sort of out of shot. Like if the camera panned a little bit to the right, you would have seen he would have been there in the crowd. You would have noticed him. But super powerful. They're gonna do a plot to destroy the world and summon God and Sephiroth or something, and then like this constant like churn of keeping the story going, of inventing more and more antagonists and more plots and more conspiracies to just sort of keep the wheels of Final Fantasy VII as a franchise churning. And I've never found it that appealing. Like, I think Dirge of Cerberus is a fun game, actually. Like, better than people remember it being. But as a story, like, but as part of the Final Fantasy VII story, they sort of just kind of go off wildly in whatever direction, without really, at least I don't think so, without really connecting back to the major themes of Final Fantasy VII as a game, or further exploring the characters of Final Fantasy VII in a way that like relates back to what the story was originally about. And that's sort of an inevitable necessity, right? When you keep making more content in the same world, it's like, okay, fuck shit. Like, we have to find something else to do now, I guess. And it just, for me, it just kind of stretches the world thin rather than deepen it. And that's a very difficult thing to get right, but still, like, this fucking world ends with you, motherfucker, right in here.
Subjects
With the
on
Reaper
site.
wings.
It's time. Initiate the Tviet field test.
Sir.
Aren't you all on the same team?
Team? Fool. There are no teams in Deepground.
Deep ground.
The place where my brother and I like to play.
See this shit right here.
Now mind moving aside.
How does any of this relate to anything that's happening in, like, Yuffie's story here, right?
Let's take a different tack.
Well, can't blame a girl for trying.
Let the games begin.
Right, this is fan service, right? Like, this is, oh, hey, it's the Dirge of Cerberus guys! They were there the whole time! Right? It's sort of... They're sort of backfilling these guys into the Final Fantasy VII world in a way that I just... Yeah, I find it mostly just distracting. And, like, also, how does any of this... How does Deepground, how does Dirge of Cerberus, how does any of the stuff that happens in that Vincent-focused game, how does any of that relate to the story of Yuffie, like, to the story that this particular DLC is trying to tell, right? Which is the one of Yuffie infiltrating Shinra, trying to get a hold of their ultimate materia, failing, like, whatever else is going to happen. How does that relate? Because, like, Deepground, their whole thing, and this is, I'm going off memories of Dirge of Cerberus, which are very old, and I haven't played that game in many, many years at this point. But, like, in Dirge of Cerberus, like, the relation was that Vincent is, like, a experimental monstrosity, right? Like, he was experimented on by Hojo terribly and turned into a monster, and so Nero and Vice and, like, the Deepground thing is, like, a lot of those try to sort of relate back to that idea of like, okay, these are monstrous people, monstrosities, people who have been driven underground. That's why the Deepground thing. And they're sort of monsters emerging out into the light in the same way that Vincent is this character who has, like, a monstrous side that emerges out into the light sometimes. Like there was some attempt to draw some thematic lines and parallels between antagonist and protagonist in that game that was sort of supposed to explore a few things about his character. It was better than people remember it, again. But it was also always, again, very sort of Saturday morning anime, like edgelord anime kind of thing. Well, not Saturday morning, like late night anime on Toonami kind of thing. And again, like, how does that relate to what we're doing here? How does this villain, how does this enemy, how does this combat encounter do anything to, like, work with Yuffie's story? And the answer is it doesn't. It just kind of... It's just fan service, right? Again, that's fine. It's fine. I don't mind it. It's just, yeah.
With this company, they have a freaks-only policy?
Careful. This freak's no pushover.
Okay. Sonon, could you get Yuffie regen, please?
Okay.
And Yuffie, get some haste going.
Let's hustle.
I'd rather you didn't. Ow. Ow. So I don't think he's going to have any elemental weaknesses.
Don't get distracted.
Okay, could you put regen on yourself as well, please? And Yuffie. Mug, I guess? Nothing to steal. Fair enough. And he can just fly, right? Which is... boy. Okay, we should be able to get the stagger on him. Or not.
Abnormal readings detected. The control program's been compromised. Containment protocol.
Oh, hell, hey! We got out of there. Right. Oh, Tetsuya Nomura. With your fuck... He had such an obsession with tribal tattoos. He had such a thing about it.
Where were we?
And you can see it in The World Ends With You especially. Oh, I don't have fucking Dispel, do I? Could you stagger him, please? Stagger, for fuck's sake! There we go. Enjoy the music, though. Okay, I am inflicted with some kind of health drain that I don't like. Ramu?
Stay focused. Get through this.
Sonon, could you get regen back on Yuffie? That would be good. Yuffie, could you get haste back on yourself? What are we doing? Oh, that's probably bad. Whoa! Okay, that was an attack. Might have figured. Get Circuitous Bolt going, would you? And you, get Cura going on Yuffie.
Get out of here.
Ah, goddammit. Sonon, could you please? Oh, would you stand still? Missed my limit break. That sucks so bad. You can hear the soundtrack is like trying to evoke One-Winged Angel a little bit. Heard you the first 15 times, buddy boy.
It's time I brought this to a close.
And what to grow on.
Dark matter. Oh, okay.
Your death cry. I must hear it. Now. Oh, this feeling.
Could you do twirling lunge on him?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Where to next?
Just stand back. Your boss has got you covered.
Oh, get staggered, bitch! Okay. The hell? Okay. Could you please hit him with that? That would be good. There we go.
No, let's finish this.
Don't gotta tell me twice. Did we?
We did.
Awesome.
Don't want to spoil the moment, but we should probably get going.
But I'm so tired.
I could carry you.
You win. Sheesh.
Oh wow, he's not dead. Who could have thought? Who would have figured? Who could possibly have seen that coming? Oh well. You didn't think you might want to, I don't know, dodge or parry or something? Phoenix down? Elixir? Curaga?
No,
Please.
Sonon.
Yuffie. You gotta keep going. For us.
No. Stop it. Sonon. You asshole! I'm not a kid! I'm not your sister! This is just wrong.
Oh, jarring shift in tone.
I can do this alone. The amazing Yuffie wants you. Join her team and the sky's the limit.
That was a bit of a leap. From collapsing on her knees in abject despair at the suffering of tens of thousands to riding on a chocobo, humming a theme and being like, the amazing chocobo, what do Yuffie wants? Okay, yeah, okay. That was cheap. Ah, the crew.
Hey, Barrett. We really walking the whole way?
Yep.
Calm's still pretty far, though, isn't it?
Another full day, give or take.
Question. When my mom says a full day, she means from the time you get up in the morning till the time you go to bed. But for me, it means from the time you get up in the morning all the way through till the time you get up the next morning. So, which is it for you?
Gotta go with Elmira on that one.
That's a relief.
Is it, though?
Cloud, bet you've had to hoof it from sunup to sundown tons of times. This is all just same old, right?
That's right. But even so, we're all gonna need to stop and rest. Especially you.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, marching into the unknown ain't easy. But don't worry, because I'm here to lead the way.
That's comforting.
Of course it is. All right, everyone, let's stop here for a minute. Leader's orders. Now breathe in that fresh air. Actually, scratch that. Let's, save it for later, when we're not so close to Midgard.
Guess this is goodbye, City of Mako.
A little catch up with the guys after the conclusion of the first part of the remake.
Like this?
Yep, just like that.
Cool.
They're girls who are friends.
No way! A car!
Hey, stop!
Wait, is that? That's the chocobo farmer.
What is it with these damn birds?
Sorry about that.
No need to apologize.
It's Chocobo Bill, it was! Oh, that's delightful to see him. Oh, geez, they're just piling on the cutscenes. My. Oh, and Calm is a castle town now. Oh, that's interesting.
Look at that. Where's a roof when you need one?
Gonna be okay?
Should be, but weird. My stomach's in knots.
That's its way of telling you it's hungry. Let's move.
Okay, the the staining of the water on Aerith's clothes there. That's really well rendered. Damn. It's just a little... That's a good graphical detail. You over there! Move! Jeez! I knew it! Fuck you! I knew it!
Huh?
Oh my god! Fuck you! Square, you bastards!
Long time no see.
Zack is alive. Why does he have a Buster Sword? Why are there 2 Buster Swords? Wait, hang on!
Listen. Hey.
This game is playing with me. It's playing with me because there's 2 Buster Swords. How are there 2 Buster Swords?
I'm back.
Where is he? How is he still alive? What's going on with Zack?
Aerith?
What's going on with Zack? They teased it at the end of the remake. Original. They just teased it. They teased it at the end of the remake that Zack was still alive. Motherfucker was still hanging around. He was like some kind of time divergent something. I don't know, like whatever it is with the when they broke out of the destiny sphere of the auditors of reality thing, like something. But now they're showing him actually being around looking for Aerith. How are there 2 Buster Swords? There's only supposed to be one of those. And second of all, where the fuck is he? Ooh, you motherfuckers, Square. God damn it. Oh, Jesus. I am actually glad I did not play this right when it came out now, because now I only have to wait a few weeks for answers rather than months and years. Oh, son of a bastards. Okay, right. It's the cheap. A million years ago in a different life, I said cheap about the end of the Yuffie chapter, and it is a little. Specifically, like, I talked about Nero being there, essentially, like, Nero and Vice are there as fan service, right? Like, they're there because they were in Dirge of Cerberus, and, hey, that's fan service. And it's mostly just, like, they don't really relate to or meaningfully interact with, at least in my opinion, any real part of what the DLC was about for Yuffie. I will also say the DLC is, like, the ending feels rather rushed. Because it's just kind of, hey, boss battle with Scarlet, there's no materia. He's dead now, bye. And then Yuffie runs out and screams, and then now she's riding a chocobo away, and then the story just kind of goes, well, she's boring, let's cut back to the thing you actually care about, which is the main party. And it's like, I don't dig how that's constructed very much. I don't think this is very well-paced DLC. Like, all of that time that's spent in the first part of it, like, running around, like, going through that factory, fighting off that giant centipede thing, that just felt like a series of set pieces that, like, no story actually happened there. It was just like, Zija says, hey, come over to the pillar, and then you go over to the pillar, and then there's some guards there, and they're like, hey, we're gonna catch you, and then he runs away, and then you have to chase him, and then there's a fight with a centipede, because, and then you get IDs out of that to go into, like, that was, given how short, like, the story of this thing is, I feel like, okay, that time, rather than spending all of that time on, like, one long chase sequence and a combat set piece, could have been interesting to see some actual story there instead of run through this factory environment and kill enemies. And kind of the same thing with like the second chapter here is like yeah, but like the emotional core that this DLC tries to have, right? Like the emotional core it tries to have is like Yuffie and Sonon and their particular relationship, right? That Sonon sort of sees her as a little sister and sort of inevitably projects his feelings about the death of his own sister onto her, and her sort of straining against that. She doesn't like that he sees her that way. She wants to be seen for herself. And that's actually, like, that is an interesting thing, is like that Yuffie's annoyance with Sonon is that he's not seeing her for who she is on her own. And even until the very fucking end, like, he just refuses to. Like, even at the very end when he saves her, it's like he's still seeing her as his sister. And, like, I like that that's the thing that Yuffie kind of, as she runs away screaming, she kind of says, I'm not your fucking sister, you ass. Like, that's a real frustration that feels earned. That, like, even to the very death of the fucking man, he could not stop seeing her as, like, a reflection of his own trauma. And that, like, for Yuffie, that must have been frustrating, right? Like, and it's also very frustrating now he's dead and she can never fucking get him to get past that. Like, that precludes all opportunities for growth or development of their relationship into something better than this, right? And that's part of the trauma and the tragedy when you lose someone, is that everything that could have been in your future goes as well, right? Everything you wanted your relationship to be is gone too. So that's cool, but it's just what's very, very, very cheap about that death, and this is like, and this is a thing in video games. It's a cheap video game as death, where you have this long motherfucking extended boss fight from Captain Cameo, right? Captain Cameo, this irrelevant character who does not interact with or matter to Yuffie's particular conflict, or like to Sonon and Yuffie's conflict for that matter, who just kind of shows up as fan service. And then you fight him and you fight him and fight him, and then you beat him and you get this triumphant, aha, they're kicking his ass, and then like you smack him around and then he goes away. Right? And then after having successfully beaten the boss fight, the game just kind of goes, fuck you. Like, no, you didn't win. Fuck you. Like, it forces you to fight the boss fight as though you can actually beat this guy, triumph over him, and then it just kind of goes, yeah, we've just decided, fuck you. Sonon is just, he's dead now because of, he got stabbed in the shoulder one time, which is like the other thing about that scene. He gets stabbed in the shoulder one time at first, right? The first thing that happens is he protects Yuffie rather than try and dodge or parry or get her out of the way or anything, just steps in front of her, and then he gets stabbed in the shoulder. We see that happen. And that's treated as like, fuck, that's a lethal injury. He's dead now. There's nothing that can be done. Like, his fate is entirely sealed because of he got stabbed in the shoulder, which again is cheap after you've had a long boss fight where like you maybe get KO'd multiple times and you revive each other and you heal each other, and like you have taken the brunt of all of the damage this guy can do, like his superpowered final form when he's really reaching into all of his powers, and that doesn't hurt you. But because we're operating on cutscene logic now, it's like, well, you get stabbed with a knife one time and now, oh, sorry, character dead. That's you're dead now. And that's cheap, right? Like, it's cheap because it changes the rules completely arbitrarily out of nowhere in order to like sort of have a cutscene where it wants the guy to die in a tragic way. And it's like, okay, so like if he must die, like if like Sonon, we want Sonon out of the way so that he doesn't show up in the rest of the story, right? We want this to be a side story. Sonon, we need to get him off the board so no one asks in any future game, where's Sonon? Why doesn't he show up again? He seemed important, right? So killing him is fine. So why not have Scarlet do it? Right? Like the whole structure of the fight up through Shinra Tower is that you're being toyed with by Scarlet, right? Who has complete control over the environment, and even when you beat her goddamn machine, like, she still has complete control over the situation, and it's constantly manipulating you and making you run around. So, like, given that the whole arc of that part of the story is about the conflict with Scarlet, who's the main villain, why not have her do it then? Like, why not have her lure you into some kind of impossible trap where the only way for Yuffie to get out is for Sonon to sacrifice himself, instead of, you beat the boss, oh no, wait, he knife to shoulder, dead man now, bye. So that Sonon's death is like because of Scarlet, or he makes some kind of mistake because, like, we saw that he has this revenge obsession, right? And specifically a revenge obsession against Scarlet, who he blames for the death of his sister. So why, like, Scarlet manipulates his thirst for vengeance, and he does something stupid that puts them in a situation where he has to sacrifice himself in order to save Yuffie and kind of redeem himself in that. Like, there are opportunities there to do some storytelling where like Scarlet acts as a more interesting antagonist to Yuffie and Sonon, right? Like where you maybe dive into a little bit of like, hey, like when you have all this hatred and when you have all this guilt and all this trauma and all this anger, it can maybe like it can be used against you, and you should be careful how you deploy it. That kind of because that sort of ties into right the schism between the two branches of Avalanche, like the main branch and like the one that our protagonist is in, is that our protagonists are like, no, like the violence here, we can't just say, oh, we need to reform things. Like Shinra needs to go the fuck down, and there's gonna be consequences, there's gonna be casualties, it's gonna get ugly. Nonetheless, we believe it's necessary. Where the other branch of Avalanche says, yeah, let's just pump the brakes on that. Like maybe there's a strict limit to how much violence we're willing to engage with here. Like there's a strict limit to how much damage we're willing to inflict, right? And if Sonon has this relentless revenge obsession on Scarlet, you could maybe use that to sort of go, this is like Sonon, he's the one who sympathizes more with like the splinter group of Avalanche. He's the one who said, maybe we should have been with the more radical guys. Could not that have been the thing of like, oh, maybe problematize that and go, hey, if you get obsessed with that kind of like destruction-driven revenge, maybe the system can use that against you. That can be co-opted. That can be a part of like how the system remains intact and in control. Whereas if perhaps you take a more cautious approach, maybe you could have said something. There was an opportunity to do some kind of storytelling there, rather than man is sad about sister, now dead, bye. Thing, like, because where they tried to bring back like the chow beans, right, as this sort of signifier of home, as this like spirit of Wutai, this taste of home, this ritual, this tradition he apparently had with his sister kind of thing. And like it would have just landed more if the person who killed him had some kind of fucking connection to the death of his sister, right? If it was Scarlet who fucking did it, the same way that Scarlet was responsible for the death of his sister. But instead, Captain Fanservice from Cameo Land sort of just drops in to mope about and be an anime edgelord for a bit, pointlessly, unrelated to anything, without any thematic connection to anything, without having been a player in the story. And you beat him in a fight, and then he kills a guy because of cutscene logic, and then Yuffie runs away and screams, and then she's on a chocobo. Rushed. It was a very rushed ending for this thing. Like, this DLC felt like it was probably more ambitious at some point, and then they cut it back, and then it sort of ended up being kind of cut off at the end, where it's just like, yeah, no, he sacrificed himself, and then Yuffie escaped. That's the other thing, is just we sort of cut from Sonon dead, and Yuffie gone now. She just leave the building easily. Just left the building easily, after being targeted for death by Shinra, who know exactly who she is and where she's going, and Scarlet, who presumably might not want to just let her leave like that. Like, Scarlet specifically says, I want them to suffer, I want them to hurt, and then it's just, oh, we let her leave? Because of, like... And that's what feels rushed, right? Is that we jump, like, we get to the ending, and it feels a little bit like the story is kind of going, shit, we need to wrap this up. He dies, escape, chocobo, bye! And here are the cutscenes that are meant to sort of tie into the next segment of the story. So yeah, mixed feelings. The combat was fun. Like, I liked the synchronization thing between Yuffie and Sonon. Again, the synchronization thing between Yuffie and Sonon feels so much like it was supposed to say something about, like it was supposed to lead into some kind of story about their relationship, how well they work with each other, and like Sonon feels affinity towards her because he's like he keeps seeing her like his sister, and like that could have been explored. You could have done something with that. But yeah, his death just felt very, very cheap. Because it's such a fucking rug pull. It's the thing, here's a boss. Maybe if you beat the boss, then you don't die. Hey, just kidding. If you beat the boss, also you die. And that's not just Final Fantasy VII, like, Remake. It's like, that's a frustration I have with video games. They do this shit all the fucking time. And it's so like, then why have the boss fight? Why, like, if we're gonna do it this way, then just have fucking Johnny Edgelord show up and there's no boss fight. Or maybe it's a boss fight that you can only lose. Because that would have worked so much better, I think, if he had shown up and he had just been way too fucking powerful. Like, if it was one of those designed to make you lose boss fights, where it's like, maybe survive for 2 minutes or whatever, right? And then after you survive 2 minutes, being beaten to a pulp by this guy, or if you die before then you get the cutscene where Sonon sacrifices himself and then Yuffie escapes. That would have felt a lot more earned, because at that point it really is a thing of like, oh, this guy's gonna fucking kill you, and you can't beat him. You can't do anything to resist him. But the whole, like, the Ludo narrative, I'm sorry for deploying that word, the Ludo narrative rhetoric of a boss fight is to tell the player you have agency. You can decide what happens here, and then the rug pull of like, oh, he's just fine. Like, you beat him, like, you depleted 5 health bars and beat 4 phases of his fight, but he's fine. Nothing happened to him. He just killed you because of... That's then saying, oh, you have no agency. Yeah, you have no influence over how this story is going to go. And that's cheap. It's so cheap. I hate it. I don't like it. But hey, at least I got to see Zack and go kind of fucking feral about that for a second. Fucking Zack. How are there 2 Buster Swords? Square Enix, you fucking motherfuckers need to tell me how there are 2. How 2 Buster Swords? Why? How and why? How and why 2 Buster Swords? Where? How he get with, there can't be 2, there's only 1? But then in fucking Rebirth, we're gonna get to go to Calm. We're gonna get to have the flashback with Sephiroth where Cloud projects himself into Zack's role in his memories. You motherfuckers, give me answers. Anyway. Okay, I'm done ranting. I'm done. Sonon's death was cheap. I think that sucked. I think that was straight up just bad. The combat was fun. The mechanics were fun. Fort Condor was a lot of fun. I wouldn't mind if that minigame shows up in Rebirth also. Maybe expanded a little bit. But yeah, the story that they told here was a fucking mess. Frankly. Which is a bit of a pity. Like, I don't think it did anything for Yuffie's character particularly. It didn't expand her role or deepen her much in any way. Which, oh well, I'm gonna shut up now. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe to get more of Final Fantasy Rebirth when that drops, because I'm gonna complete that game in 2 days or something. I'm gonna that's probably gonna eat my life for a bit. So subscribe for that. You'll get to see that. Become a member of the channel if you want early access to things that happen here on the channel, or don't if you don't want to. It's fine. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to be kind to one another, have solidarity with those who are worse off than yourselves, and may the tides of history wash gently over us all.